Hello guys, what is up? Defect94 here. Today we are bringing you another M.O.A.B gameplay from Defect93. So I'm going to let Defect talk a little bit about this M.O.A.B, but before that, I just want to say that this M.O.A.B was gotten yesterday, not today, because just for some reason we weren't able to get it up yesterday. I had bad internet connection yesterday. So, yeah, I'm going to let Defect talk a little bit.
Alright guys, so as Defect94 said, this was a M.O.A.B that happened yesterday. No, today I have not gotten a M.O.A.B. Defect94 got close once or twice and infected, but he'll talk about that later. So the first thing I want to talk about is the class that I'm using. Of course, it's, again, the Scar L. Now, in my last video I didn't really go into too much detail about this class in general and why I use it so much. Not just generally for M.O.A.Bs, but really just for anything. So, the Scar L with Silencer and Kick is, in my opinion, one of the best assault rifle classes in the game. Now, let me tell you why. The power on the Scar L is great. The accuracy is great when you have Kick on it. I wouldn't recommend anything but Kick on this assault rifle. Maybe double attachments if you want to rock the red dot and silencer, but that's completely your opinion. Whatever really works for you. But I'm just saying what works for me. So then my secondary that I like to use is the MP9 with extended mags. Now the MP9 is great with any attachment on it. You know, red dot, holographic, silencer, you know, nothing, whatever you want to put on it works. In my opinion, you know, if you guys only like to use silencer, extended mags, whatever. But I like to use the extended mags. Now you don't unlock that for a little while into the gun, but once you get it, you're gonna do good. That's all I'm gonna say. So yeah, all right. So the next thing I want to talk about is my lethal grenade and then my special grenade. So the lethal grenade that it's not a grenade, but I like to use the C4, I should say. So the C4 is a really good help when you're going for a M.O.A.B or just having any class. You know, it's a good help, you know, anyway, in any moment. So, you know, the reason I use it is because, you know, if I'm going into a building, or I'm going into a tight space near a flag, I can easily chuck that C4 and sometimes not even get a kill. Sometimes to just, you know, if it gets that hit marker, you know someone's in the blast radius, and if you really if you really know how far the blast radius is on the C4, you can kind of tell and kind of pinpoint where the enemy might be. I mean, you're not going to be 100% sure all the time, but you can have a pretty sure idea. So now the pinnacle of this whole entire class, what all pulls it together, of course, is the perks. The perks are, in my opinion, what have gotten me these two M.O.A.Bs. So let me go into it in detail. So the first perk that I have is in the first tier, as you can probably already notice, is Sleight of Hand. And of course, yes, I do have Pro on it, but that doesn't matter. Sleight of Hand, it doesn't matter if you have Pro on it or not. Well, I guess it does for sniping purposes, but hey, this is not a sniper, as you guys can notice. It's a Scar. So the reason I use Sleight of Hand is just because, especially when you're not going for M.O.A.B, if you're playing a fast-paced game type like Domination, and you're going to be running into people a lot, and you might be running into, you know, more than one person in one firefight. You want to have that Sleight of Hand to be able to reload real quick and get back in the game and get back in the action and get some more kills. So that's a really, really, really good thing to have if you're going for a M.O.A.B or just trying to get a high KD or, you know, whatever you guys want to do. So the next perk that I have in tier perk 2 is Assassin. Now, I could go with something like Hardline, I could go with something like Quick Draw, hey, I could even go with Blast Shield or Overkill, but I decided to go with Assassin because Assassin takes you off those UAVs, and you don't want to have to wait because UAVs are a very, very, very small kill streak, especially with Hardline being one of the popular second-tier perks, so, you know, 2 kills and the person's got a UAV. So it's extremely easy to get a UAV, and Assassin just takes you off that radar for the whole game and just keeps you in that kind of stealth category, which is what you generally want to be in when you're going through something like the M.O.A.B or just trying to do good. So then, probably one of the most, I don't know, kind of an odd thing that I like to use on this class is Stalker. Now, I'm not saying a lot of people don't use Stalker. Actually, Stalker is a very, very, very popular perk. You just don't see many people using it on something like an assault rifle. You know, you might see people using it on more of a rushing kind of class. but I really, really like Stalker because not only does it, make those claymores and, IMSs and stuff when you walk by them, bouncing Betties as much too, because bouncing Betties you can't really see as well. It really, really makes it easy because you can walk through those, it'll go off, and you'll have a good amount of time to be able to run away from it, and most of the time you'll be able to get away from it. So, yeah. Alright, so now I'm going to the specialist package. Now, in my opinion, anytime you're going for a M.O.A.B, you should always use the specialist package, generally just because, as you guys know, you have to get 25 kills with your weapon only. And what I mean by weapons is, Semtexes, I don't even know, C4, your primary, your secondary, a knife, anything like that will work. But anything like a Reaper and a Pack Chopper, stuff like that will not work. So those will not count towards your M.O.A.B kill streak. So I love to roll with a specialist. Now the specialist package is pretty simple to tell what I use. The first thing I use, since I'm not using scavenger, of course, is scavenger because the Scar L does not have the most ammo. Yes, it has enough ammo to probably get you to that 8 perk to get the full specialist package. But you really want to get scavenger out of the way so you can have that right away and you don't need to worry about it for the rest of the game. So the next one I have is Dead Silence. Now, it was pretty much for my main. Stalker or Dead Silence is probably what you want to go for. I use Stalker because I think that I run into so many claymores and bouncing Betties and whatever it might be, any type of kind of landmine or just IMS or whatever. I seem to get killed by those all the time. But if you put Stalker on, that takes care of the problem. So Dead Silence is a really good thing also to use. It's basically the answer is in itself. You can remain silent and no falling damage. So if I'm camping in a building and I need to get out of there and I can't use the main entrance or whatever, just a doorway, I can jump down and not risk falling and dying. So the next thing I use is Quick Draw. Now Quick Draw I think is probably the most useful perk in this game. It lets you scope in really fast, and I think it lets you switch your gun pretty fast too, if I'm correct.
No, that's what Sleight of Hand Pro does.
Yeah, sorry, thank you. But yeah, it really is just a really great specialist perk to use, and even just a main perk, because it's just really nice. So, since I've been talking for quite a while, I'm gonna pick it up for defense now, just so you can give me a little break from talking.
Okay, well, like Defect said earlier in the video, if you don't remember, he said how I almost got a M.O.A.B and infected. What happened was I joined with about a minute to a minute and 15 seconds left. I can't remember exactly on what map it was, but what happened was I joined in then, and all of a sudden it was a PP90 M1, and I just absolutely destroyed. I mean, also on Resistance on this map, I went 13-0 with the Type 95, and then got apparently throwing knife across the map, which is really dumb. But I actually went 12-0, my bad, with the PP90 M1 with that one, with that little time to go, because what happened was everybody was just coming at me and this other kid. Also, I went 15-1, and Defect can talk a little bit about that. He got throwing knifed. Oh, and there's the M.O.A.B, by the way.
Yep.
And
I was just about to ask you to tell me when. So obviously I got the M.O.A.B there, guys. I jump up in the air, knife the air. Well, you guys probably see that. But yeah, I do die 2 more times after I call in the M.O.A.B, but they're separate, so I don't just die and then die again. They're separate, but then after that, I don't die. My final score, I'm pretty sure, is 51-8. I think I get about 4 assists, which is actually not that bad. And, of course, Defect 94 picks up the final kill. And obviously, you guys aren't watching that, but I'm just giving you a little sneak peek of what you're going to see at the end of the video, which is pretty much what you guys are on, pretty much. But anyway.
So yeah.
Yeah, and I just want you guys to know that if you guys don't like to see, like, countless M.O.A.Bs, like, a M.O.A.B almost every other video, I mean, of course, we can't get those all the time. I got lucky with these 2. If you guys don't like to see a lot of M.O.A.Bs, tell us. If you guys want to see something different, please tell us. If you have any, if you have any thoughts of a new series you guys would like to see, please tell us, because we will definitely for you guys. We want you guys to have a good video to watch. And, yeah, so let's give it back to 94.
Yeah, so what I was talking about, Defect got throwing knife. We were playing on C-Town, and all of a sudden everybody was coming at me, dude. And I can let Defect talk a little bit about what it was like with everybody, but, I had the Type 95. I was going 15-0 and everything, and I had to reload it, and everybody was still coming at me, and I didn't know what to do, and I got knifed. But, yeah, so Defect, why don't you talk a little bit about, what, fast streak I went on to that 15?
Yeah, we were playing a pretty fun game. I think we were playing,
Infected.
We were playing fun. We were playing Infected, and it was fun. Infected, we'll go into a completely different game about how to play Infected, right? If you guys want to see that, we'll easily be able to post it up. Defect94 loves Infected, so we can do that. And I don't know how much time I have to talk, Defect, so how much time do I have?
You have enough to finish what you were saying.
Alright, so, yeah. So, basically, Infected, we were playing Infected on C-Town. I died by a throwing knife. I was actually right next to him, and I don't know if I wasn't there, he might have gotten, I don't know, but I don't want to say anything about that. That's not the point. So, Defect94, after I died, I think he was about 5 or 6-0, maybe, somewhere around there. And he jumped down from his spot, like a smart player should, because it was getting pretty crowded over there. And he just started going to town. He picked up at least 5 kills. He killed me about 3 times, I believe, until he finally got killed. Now, it was kind of awkward how he got killed. I wouldn't say awkward, but it was very rare to see how he got killed. Now, there were at least 3 other guys I think there were about 3 other guys that were still, alive and still, doing their thing, but for some reason everyone was going after Defect, and it was kind of funny, I was kind of laughing because it was just like everyone wanted to see him die, you know what I mean? And at the worst time, and right there, guys, I just want to say I'm actually playing a game right now while I'm commentating this, and I actually just got a triple Semtex, so I just wanted to point that out. All right, but never mind. Okay, so yeah, it was just funny, and the way that Defect took it, after he died, it was just so funny, he was just like, he was getting all excited, and then all of a sudden just poof, and yeah, it was over, just like that. And that's why you guys really gotta be careful, because you could be on top of the game, you could be 22-0, I don't know what it is, depending on if you're using the specialist, but whatever, that's not the point. You could be on top of the game, you could be 2 away or 1 away from the M.O.A.B, depending on, what your kill streak is. And then all of a sudden it could just change like that. And, Defect94 knows that second hand. He's had that, or first hand, I should say. And, that's happened to him multiple times. So let's give it back to him.
Yeah, so, the video ended about a minute ago. But I just wanted to let you finish talking. I didn't want to interrupt you.
Alright, so, yeah, basically, guys, he just said it. The video is pretty much over now. We're wrapping up. So I'm Defect93.
And I am Defect94 from the Defect channel.
From the Defect channel.
Like he said. Please subscribe, rate, comment, like.
Hit that like button.
Yeah, and if you liked it as well, add it to your favorites. And
by the way, guys, I just want to say, if you guys have any, thoughts of new series you guys would like to see on this channel, we will definitely take a look at it. Send it to either our Twitter at Defect93, or send us an email at defect93@gmail.com. Send us anything you guys want. And by the way, we might be making a Facebook page. I'm not sure, but we will give you some info on that on either our next video or the video after that. So, anyway, guys, that's pretty much the end of our video. We'll see you later.